Trenton scores a national championship in the ring. Hopewell Valley faces their toughest challenge of the year on the hard court, and Princeton men's basketball looks to end the season on a high note. I'm Mark Fontes with sports. In the world of high school wrestling, Ramaya Bethea of Trenton High became only the second Mercer County wrestler ever to win a state title in the sport, trailing Sal Mastriani of Don Bosco High 5-2 yesterday at the NJSIAA Wrestling Championships down in Atlantic City. Bethea battled back to take an 8-5 lead late in the match and eventually won with a pin at 5:22. But in the world of boxing, the city is proud to be bringing home a national championship. Last month, we introduced you to boxing sensation Eiyesha Green. The Trenton native was prepping for the 2012 USA Boxing National Championships in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Well, those went down this weekend, and Green came out on top in her weight class. She defeated Fort Worth, Texas's Anissa Vasquez 26-7 to take the women's flyweight title. Green was among 20 boxers at the event who took home national titles and medals. Since Green was in a non-advancing weight class, it remains to be seen which international competition she'll head to from here. But please stay tuned to WZBN Sports. Later in the week, we will catch up with Green to talk about her aspirations at this point. To high school and college basketball we go. Tomorrow, Princeton's men and women are both at home against storied rival Penn. But the Tigers' current homestand started Friday with a battle against Yale. And in Hopewell Friday, those history-making Lady Bulldogs went head-to-head with Neptune High.
The Dog Pound came in their usual costumes and brought their unmatched school spirit to see if this best-ever Hopewell Valley High girls basketball crew could knock off last year's Tournament of Champions runner-up, the Neptune High Scarlet Flyers. First quarter, Hopewell outscored 26-16, but in the second they would make up for it, like Nellie Tangway here. That's two. She watches it drop in, though, part of a much lower-scoring second quarter for both teams, actually. Later, Desiree Moss of Neptune staying inside the arc, putting this up and netting a deuce for the black and red. Kelly Williams to Kara Hageman for three. She hits it. Lady Bulldogs narrowing the gap to 5 at halftime. Third quarter, the always sensational Williams, hoping this would not be her last game in a Hopewell uniform. Her and fellow senior Emily Singh with the highest hopes of extending the season. But Naja Carter of the Flyers had other plans. Here she's fouled. That basket counted. She would also make it a three-point play. Speaking of three-point plays, Ivy Harrington led all scorers with 21. Shortly after that, Amarise Rogers to Harrington from just outside the paint drills another. Neptune had a brilliant third quarter and pushed their lead to 15 at this point. Eventually, it would grow to 20. Jen Didden getting this ball, trying to bank it, cannot, but there's Hageman with the board and bucket. Hageman and Williams both scored 15. The Scarlet Flyers, though, found the net from all over the court on this Friday evening, and the Lady Bulldogs just could not quite seem to. One of their last big plays was here. Williams just a little off the mark, but Tangway with the rebound finds Singh in the lane. She uses her height advantage and drops that in for two. Even though the large lead became too much for Hopewell to surmount, they finished the year with a school record 25 wins and had only happy thoughts to reflect on after.
I think it was the most memorable season I'll ever have. It was the best team I think you could ever be a part of. We were undefeated in the CVC. We beat a team record. It was a great season, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
When they were in there and they were crying and stuff, they were upset. But I just said to and so was I. I mean, obviously you're going to be upset because it's an end of an amazing season, but I'm going to look back and think exactly what Emily said, all the accomplishments we did and how far we've come as a team. And I'm just going to look back and be really happy.
Heading over to Princeton were another group of Bulldogs. The ones from Yale were paying the Tigers a visit Friday. Greg Mangano on point there for the Yaleys. Princeton led 37-28 at halftime. Early second half, Ian Hummer goes baseline, hits that. Hummer was also the man on this later play. He rips it away from Jeremiah Kreisberg, goes on a breakaway, and Hummer nets more of his team-high 18 points. Yale's Reggie Wilhite almost loses it himself to Denton Kuhn, but Bulldogs keep it. Mangano for three. Yes, he led everyone with 20 points. Also some clutch assists on the night for that Mangano. Here he helped set up Austin Morgan, who lays it up and in. Yale cut the deficit to 2 with just over 4 minutes remaining in the game, but Princeton got what they needed late. They won by 7 on Friday. They beat Brown 81-47 on Saturday.
And finally, Team of the Day is brought to you by Prior NAMI Business Systems, a full-line computer sales and service center, your business solutions headquarters, Prior NAMI. Once again, both the TCA Iron and Lady Mike basketballers came away with convincing postseason wins. The boys obliterated Sacred Heart of Vineland Saturday, 82-43, and also that same afternoon, the girls handed Roselle Catholic a 49-34 defeat. The two now both move on to their respective semifinal contests. Well, that's all for WZBN Sports. In a moment, with spring cleaning right around the corner, there's something in your home you have likely neglected to clean for the longest time. Find out what it is and how it may be most efficiently used next on Mercer County Close-Up.